Hello, NYWCites. I am the administrator of the NYWC message board, Robert Lottie. Trust no one. 2025 is in the history books, and it was a first time NYWC ran a show at the Babylon Masonic Lodge. Masonic. I mean, it was a nice size room to do a show, but the ceiling was not very high. We had, just as I arrived in the building, a pre-show match had come to the ring, and I do apologize to one of the competitors because it was a pre-show match won by Randy Wentworth, who came out to Bon Jovi's It's My Life. I didn't time the match, and I was just getting settled in. Alright? But the main show kicks off. Well, before the main show kicked off, the roster come out along with, I believe, the son and possibly the widow, as they had a 10-bell salute to Robert Nuke Ferretti, who passed away earlier this month. And I noticed, even standing in the ring, Shane had gotten emotional. As I said in a previous video, the big gun Nuke, Robert Ferretti, will be missed. And as you can see, I had gotten this in the mail like a week plus before the show occurred, so good thing I got it in time. And turned out I wasn't the only one who was wearing this. But we kick off the main show with the Asgardian Beast, Cade Lothbrock, coming to the ring by NYWC, if he's still commissioner, Brian Vitko, carrying a golden shovel, as Lothbrock, the 2025 Crusher Dugan Harton Soul Cup winner, took on the man he defeated in the finals of that tournament, the top tier A1G. Well, these guys were like taking it to each other. I was shocked. This match went on first. The top tier A1G managed to defeat the Asgardian Beast, Cade Lothbrock, at 9 minutes 4 seconds. And after the match, they shook hands. But then Lothbrock nailed A1G with a lariato, and then Vitko, with that golden shovel of his, proceeded to, hypothetically speaking, to bury and take that shovel and like he's pouring dirt all over him. Up next was a four-way matchup, as we saw hardcore icon J Red versus Slimeball Sage Chance versus AJZ. Probably, I apologize, I got his name wrong. He was the one who was handpicked from that True Gulak seminar earlier in the day. As the three of them had a four-way matchup with Jorge La Bestia, accompanied to the ring by Johnny Brando. And AJZ kind of like could have been a Tarzan reject, seemingly, with that hair and the muscle. But Jorge La Bestia defeated J Red, Sage Chance, and AJZ at 7 minutes 1 second to retain the Fusion Championship. Then we had ourselves tag team action, as we saw Nobody's Better, Michael Mastretta and Angelo Andrews, collectively known as Michael Angelo. And they did battle with the Man Bun Jesus and Jaden Vallow, collectively known as Dream Machine, accompanied by two Groovy Grizzlies. And they actually came out to that song, Hooked on a Feeling. I was actually had a little karaoke going when the song was playing, and Tommy, through his megaphone, he kept going, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka. I forgot who sang that song, but of course, thanks to the Guardians of the Galaxy movie series, it kind of brought popularity to that song. I think it came out in the 1960s, unless I'm mistaken. Prior to the match getting underway, Man Bun kicks the microphone and announced to the crowd that it's Michael Mastretta's birthday. And Man Bun and James in the crowd are starting to sing happy birthday, and before they get finished, Mastretta and Andrews attack Vallow and Man Bun from behind. The match gets underway. Eventually, Dream Machine defeats Michael Angelo at 7 minutes 44 seconds to pick up the victory. But after the match, Man Bun gets the microphone and says, hey, we didn't finish singing the song. And when he did, Jaden pulls a very small cake. It could have passed as a pie. And he, let's just say, he pie-faced Mastretta right in the face, and oh boy, Mastretta was livid. But what I understand is Angelo brought like a bottle of water help get that cake off of Mistretta's face. Why couldn't he just bring like some paper towels and napkins? And if that wasn't enough, some of that cake got on the ring mat, even got on that blue pad on the floor. Why didn't they have somebody come out and clean that up before they continued the show? And yet they didn't. But the show continued on as we had out comes the nightmare of your dreams, Amity LeVay, with her arm in a sling, announcing that she's not cleared to wrestle. And she said it wasn't even, her being on the show wasn't even part of the plan. And at one point, Robin, who was right next to me, you know, I think I forgot if she gave Amity a sight for the bird watchers, or she said "fuck you" to her. But like I said to Robin right there, I said, I know you don't want to. You're not going to do you don't want to do a lady. But Amity introduces Sammy Chaos to the crowd. Chaos, I know, has wrestled for NYWC in the past, and Amity says, you know, let's introduce the first opponent. But the opponent comes out, and she didn't get an introduction. Well, match wasn't much. Sammy Chaos defeated the unknown lady at 2 minutes 14 seconds. Then Amity said, let's bring out the next opponent. Turned out it was none other than Jackie Go. Not sure if it was her NYWC debut. They went at it. Jackie Go seemed to put up more of a fight than the unnamed opponent Sammy had to begin with in the first match. But Sammy Chaos defeats Jackie Go at 2 minutes 35 seconds. And just as Sammy is getting the pinfall, I said, and Jackie Go has been stopped. But then out comes Starlet champion Kylie Alexa, who had a boot on her right foot, and I guess she was not clear to wrestle. She had the belt, and she and Sammy Chaos are standing face to face, and she's holding the belt up. You know, like I say, hey, you want to do this right now? And it didn't happen. Sammy left the ring because I guess Kylie's not clear to wrestle either with that boot on her right foot. And so I guess, you know, we're left at that for now. All right. Okay. Then we had the 8-man tag team match dedicated to the memory of Robert Nuke Ferretti. As we saw, full-blood Italian CJ Bambino, Nicky Primo, Gary Reno, and Bruno Marciano, accompanied by Big Guido, as they did battle with Dan Barry, Dickie Rod, Spider, and JT Kaysen, the Big Guns. Pretty good match these 8 men put on. Big Guido at one point, Kaysen was like slumped on the ropes, and Big Guido was like, I guess he was supposed to grab him and choke him on the ropes, but instead he tapped him on the head, not like the late Benny Hill used to do to one of his cast members in numerous sketches. If you're aware of who Benny Hill was, or if you look up the Benny Hill show, he was one funny man. His show was great. Actually, it's on, I think Antenna TV shows are like in the wee hours of Saturday nights, early Sunday mornings, for those who don't know. If you have that on your satellite or cable provider. But I didn't time the match. The Big Guns, actually, before I get to the outcome, at one point I think everybody was like, so many were down on the floor by the curtain, and out through the curtain came Aaron Christensen, Dante Storm, and I guess that was Kay Blazer under a mask, the Liberation Proclamation. But then Dirk Moore and his Uncle Billy, the Dirty Deeds, come out, and Dirk Moore was carrying a banjo, of all things, for a weapon, and they chased Liberation Proclamation around the ring and back to the curtain, and the match resumed. The Big Guns defeated the FBI to win the match. The Big Guns were accompanied by Nuke's son, and I didn't time this match, folks, so I don't know how long it went, but not surprisingly to me, they went to intermission at that point in time. From there, we resume the action as we see Drew Gulak challenge the Big O for the 03 championship. Gulak, this was like seemingly O's biggest test to date since O unveiled the 03 championship. One point during the match, Gulak comes over, he takes Tommy's megaphone, he's speaking through it. and I forgot what he said, but Gulak was about to pin O and win the 03 championship, but out comes Giorgio Lawrence and Christian Nunez. They hit the ring attacking both O and Gulak, and the match was declared double disqualification at 8 minutes 52 seconds. So, but at that point in time, Giorgio took the microphone and he says, "Oh, second month in a row I'm not booked," and not surprisingly, at that point in time, they had a tag match right then and there, which saw the Big O and Drew Gulak defeat Giorgio Lawrence and Christian Nunez at 5 minutes 19 seconds. Up next, we were set to see the cause of it all. Joey Conway challenge big-time Tony Burma for the heavyweight championship. Conway, I think, was about to enter the ring, but he's attacked by Randy Summers. Summers was supposed to face Conway at going back to McKay's last month, but Conway had attacked Summers before that match even got underway. So Summers attacks Conway. Tony Burma comes out without the music, and he says, Summers, I can understand your attack after what he did last month, and, had he not attacked you last month, I probably wouldn't be champion right now. So Burma decided to add Summers to the match. It was a triple threat match for the title, in which Tony Burma defeats Joey Conway and Randy Summers at 10 minutes 48 seconds to retain the heavyweight championship. After the match, Burma's son comes in the ring to celebrate the victory. And, Conway was still around ringside area, but all of a sudden, Prolific, Rufus Lala and Isaiah Wolf, their music comes on. Well, I think it was Isaiah's theme. And they're coming to the ring carrying weapons for the hardcore tag team title match, and they still have possession of the belts. Extricate attacked them before hitting the ring, and then the match gets underway. This was a mess, not surprisingly. They used, I don't know how, but Bam Sullivan bled. I remember there was some kind of a painting that got broken. Got broken. A door was brought into play. I know Ruthless Lala put Bam through that door. I saw a golf club, but I don't know if that came into play. A 2x4. Hello, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. We saw a crutch was used, and I saw incredible Hulk hands wrapped in barbed wire. I think Isaiah Wolf put them on, but I don't know if he really hit anybody. He tried to go hit someone with it, but he missed. Wow. Eventually, I forget how, but the Extricated defeated Prolific at 12 minutes 24 seconds in a hardcore match to retain the tag team championship and ending another great night of NYWC action. I think this thing with Extricated and Prolific is over, pretty much, because I don't know who'll be next for them, but we'll get to that as we go along. Personal notes time was great seeing Tommy, Robin, Greg Gruber, Shane, Craig, Beth. I forgot their son's name. They were sitting across the room from me. Mikey Muscles Marinara, I know, was in attendance. Ryan Peterson, Jason Linick. Who else can I think of? We had some luminaries in attendance. Aside from Ryan Peterson, we had, I believe I saw former Starlet champion Brittany Savage in the building. Mr. Main Event, Salvatore Savelli. Hopefully he'll be back in action soon. Dang, who else can I think of that was really in the building? Or, I don't know. Not too many regular fans in the crowd. Now, summer, I know, is a downtime for wrestling. I think it's actually, I forgot to mention a big thank you to Chris Perry. He noticed me outside the building after the show, and he drove me to Babylon train station, and I actually made the train in time, of course, Chris, and the train that I took didn't stop again until it reached Jamaica, Queens, and I actually got home just after 11 p.m. thanks to the show ending around the 9:30 range. So, once again, Chris Perry, thank you and kudos to you, man. All right. Okay. It's time to plug. The New York Wrestling Connection will have not one, not two, but three. Papa Don's favorite number. 3 events in the month of August. First, on Saturday, August 16th, they present Summer of Love 5 in Selden, New York, which is the hometown of the Man Bun Jesus. It's a 4:30 p.m. start. I think it's the same place they've been using in Selden ever since the first Summer of Love back in 2021. I don't think any of us are going to go to that show because that starts 4:30 in the afternoon. Okay, from there, the New York Wrestling Connection returns to Mulcahy's right across the street from Wantagh LIRR train station as they present The Heat Is On. Not the song by the late Glenn Frey. But that's happening Sunday, August 24th. It's a fundraiser for the Connor Kaysen Memorial Foundation. Connor Kaysen is the nephew of NYWC's own JT Kaysen, and I believe he passed away late last year. And based on the flyer already scheduled to appear for that show is the Asgardian Beast, Cade Lockbrock, Top Tier A1G, the aforementioned JT Kaysen, Dickie Rods, the current heavyweight champion, big time Tony Burma, Starlet champion Kyla Alexa is on the flyer, but who knows if she's going to be ready. And Sammy Chaos is on the flyer. Now that's Sunday, August 24th, at 4 p.m. start. Then they wrap up the month of August and pretty much the summer season on Saturday, August 30th, with Hotter Than Hell, which is the usual monthly show in the month of August. It's going to be happening in Lindenhurst, but no flyer's been revealed yet, and I don't know what building they're going to be using. Well, I would like to see whether it's at Mulcahy's or in Lindenhurst. I'd like to see... Well, actually, you know what? We didn't see Johnny Malloy for the second month in a row now. So, if Johnny Malloy's ready, I don't know if he's hurt or what his ordeal is. Get the Dirty Deeds against the Liberation Proclamation, either at Mulcahy's or in Lindenhurst. Dang. Hopefully the FBI, whether or not Little Guido's there, defend the Trios Championship. They haven't defended those belts, I believe, since... let me take a look at that. I'll tell you right now. They didn't defend them at going back to Mulcahy's last month. They didn't even defend them at Friend or Foe. Those Trios belts haven't been defended, I think, since, like, Aftermath, perhaps? Wow. If that is the case. Well, be interesting to see how things go. But actually, here's another note for you guys. When the weather cools off and the summer comes to an end, the New York Wrestling Connection will return home to the NYWC Sportatorium on Saturday, September 27th with Till I Collapse, which Eminem loves, which is that Eminem song that so many people love. Saturday, September 27th, Till I Collapse. That happens to be Leanne's birthday, Jessica's sister. So I don't know if the ladies are going to come to that show. Hopefully they make Hotter Than Hell on August 30th, because Jessica works on Sunday, so she can't make the Mulcahy show. Oh boy, 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 oh boy. I just feel sorry for those that could clean up the mess after the show was over, between, you know, any of that cake got on the floor and all the weapons that were broken. I mean, anyone who saw NYWC for the first time on this occasion, hopefully they'll come back. I mean, if they... NYWC might hopefully use this building again in the future. But I gotta say, I was walking around that lake to... Well, actually, what I did was, after I got off the train, I went to Mommy... Not spelled M-O-M-M-Y, M-A-M-E-Y, Mexican Taqueria, or Taqueria, and that's on North Carl Avenue, near the back end of the Babylon train station. Went to stop to eat there first, and then came to the show. I mean, I had to walk around that lake, and I noticed on that path there was a lot of fucking dog shit on that path. I mean, at one point, as I'm walking towards it, I had to like pick my bag up and not let the wheels of my back bag get a dog poop on there. Like, ugh, gross, disgusting and all. I guess nobody wants to curb their dogs anymore, unless that law is not in effect anymore. Or clean up after their pets. It'll be interesting to see where NYWC, what they'll have for these 3 shows coming up, even though none of us are coming to Summer of Love 5 on August 16th, but I'll be at Mulcahy's Sunday, August 24th, as well as Hotter Than Hell in Lindenhurst, Sunday, August 30th. Okay. Unless I'm mistaken, I think Prince Charles was in the building as well. I mean, I think Sean Wachter, I think he's down behind the scenes because I don't even know how his cancer predicament is doing. Man, who else can I think of here? Okay, so yeah, I think that'll do it. It was a great show. Can't wait for The Heat Is On and also Hotter Than Hell in August. NYWC, 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 NYWC. NYWC rules, folks.